why we try to deny it, baby? I'll be gone before you sleep. Yeah. So call me when your heart is empty. So happy we can still be friends. Call me when your heart is empty. Happy we can still be friends.
I suppose that everybody knows, yeah. Seen a horse about today. I don't suppose, yeah, that I was meant to know, yeah. It was gonna end today. Guns over there, money over there. So I suppose, yeah, I wasn't meant to know, yeah. Bombs in there, change in there. What you think, girl? Wasn't gonna know, yeah, yeah.
So what did you do? What you did was wrong. Wrong.
I suppose, girl, everybody knows, yeah. Seen a horse about today. Doesn't seem anybody cares, no. Cares, no. Cares, no. Cares, no. No, no, no. Cares, no. No, no, no. Cares, no, cares, no, 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 no. Cares, no, cares, no, 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 no. Cares, no, cares, no, 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 no. Cares, no, cares, no, 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 no. Cares, no, cares, no, 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 no. Cares, no, no, no.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to start in 5 minutes.
I'll come home early next week. Yeah.
Hey, it's me. I know it's late. Been doing things I shouldn't again, so I'm on the strip. Listen, this is fun and all, and I know I shouldn't be asking, so early on, like, you can't talk crazy to people you don't know, right? Pick up. Remember, you're the one who stood me up outside of Nike Town, okay? And somebody that's gonna defend their girl, so, yeah, what's it gonna be?
Hi. Can everyone hear me? I can hear myself. Thank you everyone for coming to Segue Reading Series. This season is curated by Jay Sanders and Stella Silman. My name is Rosarda Safari. I'm the exhibitions manager here at Artist Space. I'm here to introduce one of the readers, Taylor Johnson. So here I go. I haven't been feeling like myself the past few weeks. Taylor's book, Inheritance, helped me find comfort in that. There isn't one way to feel like or be like yourself, and that can be a gift. In the way that words can become pictures in our minds, pictures can become movement, movement can become play. For me, this book is all of that. A picture play or a movement play, but somehow a work of music as well. Scenes are set, built, destroyed, rebuilt, or replaced, painting with sound, all within one page or poem. There is a strong sense of perspective throughout that still keeps us at the edge of exploration and then confirms again and again that there are no edges nor ends to exploration. I found so much strength in this book. Musical power, love power, introspection, humor, horniness, the pillars of humanity. I want to thank Taylor Johnson for their work and ask them to come up and read something for us. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see y'all. Happy New Year. I want to thank Segue and Artist Space, and especially Harmony Holiday for inviting me to read with you. Your work has been very important to me for a long time, and it's an honor to share this space together, and thank you for saying yes to me when I've asked you similarly. Yeah, I feel sat down in the middle of your language, and it helps me to explore the world. I love that. I'm gonna read some poems from Inheritance, and then I'm gonna read some new things. I wanna thank my wife, Elizabeth, for hurdling through space and time to get here today, and also hearing my new poems earlier. Since I quit that internet service, I'm thinking more about the transitive properties in books, the words, the palimpsest of images accruing in my brain, but more immediately the book in my hand, the cover worn at one end from sweat and gripping it when it comes close. Close as in when I stood up, let one deep exhale when I came to the lines of all fearless happiness from which reaches my life I sing, and find it underlined by a beloved stranger. It's like turning the record over, knowing you're hearing what I'm hearing, easing up on the edge of the chair. It's like we're holding hands now at the edge of a white silence from which we are to make a music of our being here, of being moved, wherein our music complements and holds close each other's sound. Sound in the wet room of the tree I met you in. Nothing is said about the water or the fearless trees angled toward and against the light. Light that did fall on me, made much of me. Light that sings through me, so I'm singing. Lincoln Town Car. My grandfather would spell certain words so that the dog couldn't comprehend. OUTFOOD. The dog, that little bear fighter, ran into the road one day, buried in the yard now. And the next dog, he waited in the back room for my grandmother to return heavy-footed from around the corner. And when she didn't return, he remained there unreachable as language. Something was wrong if we left the country. Fluid around the heart, not enough movement, syrup for blood. Leaving meant taking showers and my grandfather fixing my grandmother's hair, all of us clean shirted in the front seat of the Lincoln Town Car. We shared a humid thought pressed as we were against the maroon leather, six-legged in the front seat. Before us, the highway unraveled, sorghum and corn and soy collapsing as the wind fell, listening for light. I listened for muscadines swelling in the ditches on the waterlogged sides of the highway. I listened to the quiet narrow as we entered the city. I loved the language my grandparents spoke, saying nothing, holding both my hands. Was the pines that set off sound in them. My grandmother stared out the windshield and into the hills, saying, that man, that man. My grandfather shifted in his seat at the wheel, practicing owning something. I had a feeling that I was the last let into the kingdom of their distance. Something was owed, neither side would spell it out. I counted the fallen pines as the car dipped through the hills in the tide water, lonely as a dog with the whole world inside. I counted the pines and put my voice inside them. Sounded through. From forever in the glade and unendingly so, the animal choir sings my grandfather to forever. Forever is the sound of a seed opening, and so opens his body, my grandfather, given back from attenuated beingness, the gray of which slips off as a seed from my finger slips into belonging. He was just turning a corner, just one foot following beside the other, but a bit behind as I would follow him a bit behind, one thumb in his hammer loop, our boots ringed in dew. I danced in his shadow and fit my antlers on his head. Our language was twin green and nothing. He sang it from his elk body when he died. I forget about money watching the clouds over 8th and Ingraham. The clouds, a rhubarb-colored ship in the sky. To my right, it all grays out. The bats emerging now from the chimneys. The bats listening for the cicada's echo. Echo is a way to create space, is a metaphor for time. Time for the cop to move along. I think watching the cop watch me from my porch. Fuck 12, the robin on the wire vine, the wire eye competing with the bats for cicadas. The robin competing reds with the sky a money for the cicadas, a way to make space, time. The cicadas sounding out the future through repetition. A friend says to spend nothing is to keep flexibility in your hands, to keep your youth. Money, the sound of decay. Money, the repetition of waste. Black existential exegesis. This engine and cog business is wigged out. I want nothing we're owed from the ship gig, thence the land whereon modern sound weaned off our cowrie and cached aged conjure. Land whereon our woe is chic and wanted. Shout out to every nigga cajoled into winging it in a crowd, crowing about being the hewer and the hewer's subject. Oh, my aching chore choir due upon our ochre echo throughout this land, this cadence gag, our ego greeted upon and caged. Grace is our odd crowd, which encores green and geodes. Shout out to every nigga dodging age by ignoring human genre fiction gore, ergo, we're nowhere, reneging on being owned and renewed, weighing nothing like race. Shout out to every nigga eroding off the edge of something else, gossamering the air. Running crow. Once settled into your bigness, reach we forward the sanctuary, a light on the muscular shine holdings. The we make grim faces in the yes, extend and enter. One ship we flew here, rubble now. Castle forms we temple vision down. Sun chant gold cometh as easy God. River then some stone form clay, draw we smooth nigh the banks, neither coin nor tender day glow, reroute the map. Night, the way, oh thine eyes become me. A kind of wildness descends, and across the expanse the attendant wind drones its one fecund song. When I am so tender in the thick of rot, I let all the morning wet spread a plague across this threadbare vessel that holds in what hums, what rushes beneath. Give as the ground gives. Make of me your groveling tongue, your dust, your possessed, possessing, never let up. I'm gonna read some poems now that I don't like to do this, but I'm gonna explain just why I'm reading them or what they are so you can understand where I'm coming from. So I was asked to do this commission project a little while ago with the Folger Shakespeare Library in DC. They have one of the largest archives of Shakespeare ephemera, things of his time, things people have, since done related to his work, those kind of things. And one of the items they have is this thing called this book of magic with instructions for invoking spirits, etc. And it's a spell book. It has all these little potions and stuff in it and different spells for things. And my task was to choose items from their archive to write about, such that in their new visitor museum, people can have this kind of like poetic guide as they look at these items. So I wrote a few things that, initially I had thought of as sonnets, but they're just kind of these containers for how to think about these items. And I ended up calling them songs. So this is American Song for the Book of Magic with instructions for invoking spirits, etc. History loves its fog, which is the gentle lacquer and charm of language bent into its glamour. The masters believed, earth yielded to their naming. Everything breath-filled can resound as symbols, can charm as mica glinting beneath dirt, can ring as a mushroom rings at the side of an oak. Language verily comes from the earth. We walk its tender tongue and are played through, though rough our trace, though brief our alley. There's this other thing that I'm working with right now as I compose language into poems, and that's looking at this film by Charles Burnett called Several Friends that he made in 1969. It's a 22-minute film, 21 minutes, something like that. Yeah, so this is just called Several Friends, 1969. This is for my wife. Everywhere came up new grass where the people laid low below. There in the fieldsmen meander and marvel in the field, turn the apparent earth. If you don't shout for me when you rise, time stutters up the footpath and distinguishes us, rivalless, heavy, and green, being in your mouth when you shout for me, when you rise. Call to me, my old known and driverless spirit. I'm asking to take you on, yet and still everywhere. Shall I grapple with my ear, that stubborn window? Else you're gone, quick as a deer across water. If I just let go, there's the bridge. Shout for me when you cross. This is from a longer poem called Hymn, Hymn. Song in secret, song of spite and spirit, song in the temple, temple of song in perpetual farewell. Sudden, oh, song fallen on me as a passing wind, naming as the wind names, absence, farewell. O shadow song whose hill is green and leaving, right my walk in glory begin. When the trees were leafless, I put my voice, O tenuous air, among the barren places, among even the nothingness of frost, thinking I knew myself, O fortifier, O hidden in the weeds, going green, a green concert, hollow green. O ship, you're going on without me is my resume entire. Thy keel floats on, O possibility, if I anchor as you, if I set my anchor here, if I can hum through the necessary masterpiece, if I can respond in kind to the loneliness of Wyeth's grape wine, recognizing, turning the corner in the great museum that I am the drifter, O river, with his back turned to his fashioner. How long had I suffered, white-knuckled, anchored to my name, wanting clearly to walk the wide avenues, wearing ornate buttons, wishing to be loved by the god of syntax, had gone mad and gone, tonguing out my name. This nothingness, I proved it upon my pulse, realized the self was daily, one moment into the next, as turning the corner, I expect everyone I've known to appear with my other name, a coin in the mouth, a rotten tooth, as if I'm nothing when not regarded as light is, as is the ancient tongue buried below perceivable language, its many tessellations into sound. I want to be called as you call yourself, I say to the unfolding blooms, how they hold perfection and not announce. Do not announce on the wide avenues the mountain's grandeur. The bloom takes part in the mountain. The mountain is my true lover who, before the road, humbles me when I set out trying to know. To understand what is below knowing, love the mountain, whose blue face I rise toward, who does not betray, who is mist-clothed, whose water I gather as breathing, who has been one tree, who has been a seed, who stills itself in battle, who cannot ask if then thou gavest, whose oath to the bloom is unreachable. O joiner, let me among that private communion, let me be all, as if I had all. Running crow, night the way, O thine eyes become me, nor tender day glow reroute the map. Draw we smooth nigh the banks, neither coin river then some stone form clay. Sun chant gold cometh as easy God now. Castle forms we temple vision down and enter. One ship we flew here, Rubble make grim faces in the yes, extend the muscular shine holdings, the we forward the sanctuary, a light on, once settled into your bigness, reach. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. We will take a 5-minute break and be back with Harmony Holiday. And 2 quick things for all our virtual viewers. You can make a donation through Venmo and know that all the proceeds go to the readers. And if anybody has a copy of Harmony's book, Mafa, here in the room, let us know. Thanks so much. Bye.
Come around, feel my weather. On we go. Hold me slowly. Feel with rain, you see you coming soon. Let you know the cold, now you know me. Feel the worm that's on the weather. Say you love me in a letter. Feel with rain, you see you coming soon. Let you know the cold, now you know me. Feel the worm that's on the weather. Say you love me in a letter. Today, I feel like pleasing you more than before. Today, I know what I wanna do, but I don't know what for. To believe in you is all I want to do. To be loving you, it'll all be there when my dreams come true. Today, you make me say that I somehow have changed. Today, you look into my eyes, I'm just not the same. I'm so full of love, I could burst apart and start to cry. It'll all be there when my dreams come true. Today, you make me say that I somehow have changed. know that you think you're right, but you're just numb. Feel it when you're going down, you get it done. I saw it in your eyes, I saw it in your eyes. Call me when it's going wrong, I understand. Catch me when I'm sinking into quicksand. Call me when you're feeling down and you hold my hand. Call me when it's going wrong. Call me when it's going wrong. I'm on my way to nowhere, down nowhere. I lose my way, I don't care, down nowhere. I lose my mind on Thursday. It was my mother's birthday, down nowhere. Thunder, thunder, to never come on to love it. Thunder, thunder, to never come on to love it. Nowhere. I'm on my way to nowhere. Nowhere. I'm on my way to nowhere. 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 I think of you, want me to. No surprise, low supplies. Let's meet tonight. I keep my time. Let me go, don't let me stay. Let me grow, don't let me drown. Let me go, don't let me down. Let me grow, don't let me drown. Let me go, don't let me down. I think of you all the time, falling through, fall for you. So take your time, I love your lies. No surprise, low supplies. Let me grow, don't let me drown. Let me go, don't let me down. Let me grow, don't let me drown. Let me go.
Welcome back. I'm Jay Sanders of Artist Space, and it's my great pleasure to introduce Harmony Holiday. I can say that every dispatch of Holiday's radical output across her poetry collections, as well as cultural criticism, album reviews, and often deeply personal essays, with much of her writing readily hybridizing a multitude of these forms at once, has been for me an epiphany. In revelatory recent texts, such as Love is War for Miles, as well as her writing for the LA Times, Holiday expresses the overlapping conditions of Black American life and cultural production, often through the medium of music in full complexity. Fame, spectacle, the industry and its assignment of value, life on and especially off the stage, family, friends, intimacy, death, legacy, are all commingled aspects of the powerful cultural and personal analysis her work undertakes. Formally, her writing itself reflects and extends the groundbreaking music and art that she so deeply addresses in structure, form, and vision. History is not merely examined, but replayed through its material traces, archives, as well as incidents and actualities. This tectonic shifting of cultural criticism away from the commodity as the ever-demanding catalyst for critical reflection is deeply inspiring, and sees Holiday incrementally writing a multivalent reassessment of Black culture with a political and philosophical undergirding that attends to, both broadly and with striking detail, how music, art, and life coexist, moving forward and backward in time, and insisting that no American historical or cultural narrative ignore the institutional cruelty inflicted on the Black body, soul, and artistry as a collective and as individuals. To quote Holiday, the pseudoscience of geomancy tells us that the earth carries memories and geolocation is its own spiritual syntax. What happened in a place gets encrypted there and howls like a haint, haunts each new occupant with the potential for return or repetition, as with the neural pathways in our bodies, as with the earth. The same is said of objects. The aura of their rightful owners lives in and around them and cannot be transcended without intention and concentrated willpower. And nothing is as casual as it appears. Nothing Black people do in the US is free from evaluation as either an asset or a liability, even or especially this long after emancipation. Holiday's work often extends off the page, and on March 21st, she will open the exhibition Black Backstage here in New York at the Kitchen, building upon her latest book, Mafa, a work that deals with the archetypes and sounds that form in and of the ruins after genocide and displacement. Installed immersively, the various elements of the exhibition are parts of a whole and will transform the kitchen into a hybrid liminal space invoking the pared down aesthetic of backstage spaces. A dancer, archivist, filmmaker, and the author of 5 collections of poetry, Holiday also curates a standing archive space for griot poetics and a performance series at the LA venue 2220 Arts. She's preparing a collection of essays for Duke University Press and a biography of Abby Lincoln, in addition to other writing, film, and curatorial projects. It's my great pleasure to introduce and welcome Harmony Holiday.
Thank you, Jay. And thanks, Taylor. That was gorgeous. Really great to hear your new work and to have you here. Thanks for coming. So I am preparing this book, Mafa. Thank you to the kind audience member who had a copy for publication in the UK. And so I've been reading through it. It's been a couple years since I had been, and realizing how much it relates to what's going on now in Gaza and genocide there. And so I prepared this afternoon just a sound piece to open. I want to dedicate this reading to Bisan and the people of Gaza. And so we'll play that first, and then I'll start reading some new poems that are going to be part of my exhibition opening at the kitchen, and then some poems from Mafa. So.
Right moments.
Right moments. Hey, Rasan.
Yeah.
Do you have a message for the people who'll be listening to the part of the record that no one will be listening to?
Oh, yes, cousin. Yes.
Well, let's have it. No.
Yeah. But in that, we all know that
never be peace, I would like to say bright moments and joy through the universe to all very beautiful people that might take time out to pace their ears to this very beautiful spinning piece of material that is in their presence. Bright moments.
Bright moments.
And joy, because we know the whole thing of peace has passed us all by. But serenity and joy through the land.
Bright moments.
It's not empty. 300,000 people are in the north of Gaza, and they are for weeks facing a real famine, facing a forced starvation, and they don't have anything to eat. So they ate everything, no other options. They ate the grass, they ate the pigeons' food, the animals' food, they ate the leaves, they ate everything, and they are dying because of hunger. During the past week, I've heard and read about 10 people at least who died because of hunger, and the families are warning because they are still suffering. The starvation is continuous. It's now a tool of genocide. The Israeli army is preventing the institutions to enter any humanitarian aid, or not allowing them simply to enter any humanitarian aid to the north of Gaza Strip. The Israeli army is intentionally starving and killing people by starvation, by starving them. I mean, the day before yesterday, 8 to 10 aid trucks carrying flour entered the north of Gaza Strip after weeks of starvation. Each aid truck contained 100 packs of flowers, of flour, 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 flowers, of flour, wolf, flowers, of flowers, wolf, of flowers, of flowers, of flowers, of flowers.
But in that, we all know that there will never be peace.
So how can the conditions get better in a genocide? Just tell me.
I want y'all to run up on me. No. I want y'all to come kill me. No. I want you to smack me. No. I want you to do all the shit you rap about. No. All the shit you rap about. I want all the shit you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now. Please. Please. Or otherwise, shut the fuck up. You understand? Now go and get y'all some motherfucking business while we go and get free. Because I'm Moses.
They shot him down to the ground.
Bright moments.
Bright moments. Hey, Rasan.
Yeah.
Do you have a message for the people who'll be listening to the part of the record that no one will be listening to?
Oh, yes, cousin. Yes.
Well, let's have it. No.
Yeah. But in that, we all know that there will never be peace. I would like to say bright moments and joy through the universe to all very beautiful people that might take time out to pace their ears to this very beautiful spinning piece of material that is in their presence. Bright moments.
Bright moments.
And joy, because we know the whole thing of peace has passed us all by.
Jay Dilla, Billy Strayhorn. I don't think either of these men faked their deaths, but maybe willed them. Being so precocious, you are the giddiness of crisis, the black disaster we all longed for, in a thin fatality of whimpers, neither somber nor unburdened, on an underground train with the roles reversed like in Baraka's Dutchman. How did the happy slave become clay? The broken middle-class, black, near-dandy, possessive of the reserve and decorum of the bourgeoisie in a sundown element. Be God after dark, or the diva digging her own grave to become the goddess of slow empire digression. The searchlight hurts my hand like a branding iron itself, so I dance it. And how did Clay get a piano and a sampler and find himself in Detroit after he was stabbed by the white woman he thought he was dating? It's a masterpiece because he wrote it in one night, drunk on his imagined suicide, because it's about his own life, that precipice, his shadow, his corrosive, undying love for Public Enemy while he was fleeing with Duke Ellington and Rakim, and its brilliant double theatrics because after he wrote it, he killed himself by changing his name from Leroy Everett Jones to this rakish next one. A succession of hexes reverse. He heard Nina Simone's version of I Told Jesus It Would Be All Right if he changed my name and settled there in a casual infamy with a barricade of willingness, rocking back and forth to the filth of this pathological elegance. His impeccable rhythm, theirs, then no one's. So he wrote his own off-Broadway obituary, corrosive in its wit. It kills you with it as witness to her empty vengeance outsmarting his. The part of you that believes you can swoop in as a hero of your own false self and recast that demon as God is dead now. Finding Clay has done this already, and Jay Dilla and Billy Strayhorn. It's complex hunting for them because we were friends. We were on the same recording label for years, Mechanical Publishing, royalties withheld in perpetuity. The territory shall be the universe. We exchanged our mutual nightmare, fatherless daughters left with nothing but the pleasure of our death notes, sweet nothing. Sweetback humming as the ruins, the low sky railroad and bare feet and junk leather dingy gleaming. So this is Twilight for the Idols. Their sadness, a little pornographic, unremarkable in the blood. They both filed claims against the nameless, someone who had stolen songs from them and held on to that anonymous thief and cherished him like a son, it seems. If you let your verses onto those broken wings, they will sever you from inside where your voice is hiding and begging to be lifted, disaffected. Not this anthem, not this blunted reckoning again. What I'm saying is they were sacrificed to industry, but willingly. Strayhorn's last song was called Blood Count. Dilla's final sample was Funkadelic's America Eats Its Young. There's Frank Ocean pretending to be Strayhorn. It's too late, can't. I'll let go of a prayer for you anyways. I'll go up in that hot air balloon for you and never come back down. And now you want me to deliver their bodies, their good bleached black flesh like it's some kind of romance. Like I'm the song's corridor or coroner and have no chance to warn them. Okay then. And Michael Jackson got inside James Brown's coffin with him when he died and closed the lid. And James Brown was my father. I got inside his jail cell with him and waited. Now they're all dead, like Leverage, like the cover of Red Clay by Freddie Hubbard, too red, on notice, like they were late to death, but also early desolate sunships of those who are so homesick for the new earth they set it on fire. This is Marvin Gaye, Moody Man. So these are, I'm just gonna do what I also don't like to do and explain. These pieces are after Fred Moten's B. Jenkins, which was an elegiac book for his mother, and he compared people like Billie Holiday and Roland Barthes and things like that. And so that's what these are, little elegies. Marvin Gaye, Moody Man. Some of the people are alive, but part of them might be dead. There's something intentionally pathetic about their shared intensity, but it doesn't make you feel sorry for them, nor does it make you want to be like them in the scapegoat sense. It turns you into Velvet, Belgium, Detroit, half gangster, half swooner, can't pick a lane, can't be Johnny Hartman, can't be Tony Williams, can't be appeased, can't be upheaval. What happened? Why do we master the high tragedy of domino or court hatred, too cowardly for suicide? These men are not really missing, just terminally preoccupied with something they already possess that keeps winking at them, keeps winning them over. Bring us the hidden recordings they both made of mutters and giggling circles, their quietly floating pornographic natures, powder blue suits, lopsided daisies, a sample of babies sobbing, Marvin's weeping as he begs his father's trigger. Billie Holiday. As if I'm the 20th century's only surviving muse, as if the mule in Muse is silent here, as if it were the seasons, as if some kind of weapon, some kind of figurine for conscripted melancholy and rage or charged, delirious heartache, delighted, charmed, I'm sure, asked how many more scripts will they write about it? I'm not coming back. I'm back, but I'm not singing about it. I'm back for revenge. I'm back for Thelonious, Whitney, and Betty, and the child who followed me around with dope and scolded me when I gave in to temptation, punished me by disappearing. They tried to pay me to disappear. Offered up a reward in the post for any man who could lure me into one of those decimating affairs so bad you can't sing about it. Must have thought I wrote I Should Care and not Monk. Must have thought my vanity stopped at romance, that there was anything on earth more immaculate and brutalizing and soothing to me than my own voice, my tone and timing. They tried to pay me to stop singing a bribe. Another mediocre pimp of distraction finally agreed. If for the final performance they'd let me go on stage bleeding, like how I was after McKay beat me, and singing my song and signing my songs over to him and grinning, hang myself to the recorded sound of roaring applause, like I had just done He's Funny That Way, they finally agreed. Michael Jackson, Prince. Settling on bloodshed as the readied spotlights guide to the Redeemer, he holds himself up like a lantern while the pretend rain engulfs its share of the territory. The bodies of two rivals and their shuttle of painkillers, two Pinocchios strung together by the desires of others, watch them fall to addicts. And the decadence of hiding at rehearsal, travel, comeback tour, heartbreak so persistent, it has dominion over the temperament. They behave like mothers, like virgins in an arid renaissance, demanding and withholding new life as they stand on the threshold of a morgue together, powdered flesh from pounding at the door, no longer given to subtlety or shade, the pucker of orchids, their faces, their sore, fatigued hips or hearts, their heart-shaped faces, orchestral faces sliced into place and held in the palm of the world or industry as bait. Why are we looking at them so hard and hardly seeing Michael has a monkey with him, a pet, in his package of pills, and set up matter Prince carried Jehovah like a doll, or Michael's mother, cold Bible hallowed with studious bulletproof tears, the cadence of purple in a homicidal way, like he was strangled by faith and they played with their heroes' obituaries, made geisha fans from them, stammering mercy, then gloves, until the ink tattooed itself in prophetic lightness and the skin obliged. There are many ways to die on stage. These slaves chose the high ache of exhaustion just before it becomes rage, when it's still euphoria and delirium. On the way to rage, they waved slow parade float goodbyes to one another, Valium white close up on the pleasure of airs. If to be a Black former on that scale is akin to being left for dead and everyone just watches in silence, entertained, then where is there to get to? I tried doing a poem in that place, but it's not about love. There's none of it there in the state of perpetual arrival. Better pain, better relief. I hate a leaf in the wind, asked Credo. I love when the hero is caught off guard and survives it. Together, they beg to be put to sleep and pulled apart piece by piece and donated to the sun. Everyone mimicked the sun's dispossession. There's a beautiful jazz standard called Never Let Me Go. Lee Morgan was playing it muted when he was killed by his wife while on stage, pierced by a bullet from his own gun. This is not a sad story, just a true one. That the love we trust is brutal, rural, unsung, and determined to kill its object or become him. This should frighten and change us. But you wake up every morning craving the same black drug, and someone who can turn routine into the erotic pleasure of going through it. You could never do that. How come you could never do that, freak? You want to trade places with a real star, and so you can just stand there and look dumbfounded and call shame, charisma, poser, Philistine, hoax, genocidal, medieval, slow in the crease, leave us alone. Reality winner. You guys know that whistleblower, reality winner? I love her name, or their name. How should we do this, like a minor blues? I detest the gimmicked strictness of false epiphanies and at the end of every terrible attempt at a poem. It feels like they're trying to kill somebody trapped inside them, like when Amiri admitted, I am inside of somebody who hates me. So many of these breathless, gasping half-insights attack the edge of dead consciousness like dizzy maggots. John Coltrane died at 40. Be quiet about needing more time to figure it out. The Damiana root is spilling new dilemmas from its amulet and staining the air we breathe. The only detectable spikes in all-cause mortality are during war years. The other reported incidents force you to consider that you might be at the center of a war, shopping and trying to climb the occlusive vines of a bureaucracy, and you want to be praised for this. Placed between madness and tame ambition that you visit like a distant relative in a home, it was the best place for him. Now he has friends, a social life. Oliver Sacks is even doing a study on how well he still plays organ. His liver is failing, but he plays My One and Only Love like a dream home sweepstakes winner. Does this still exist? All of his sisters had abandoned him besides this one. Every day at 4 p.m. they talked on the phone and shared their admiration for the texture of ripe figs and television, as if the tree was right in front of them if they would just reach out. One day he did, and the phone dropped from his hand like a hideous hibiscus or lime, and he had no heirs, and he set the tree on fire. When they finally notice what's killing them en masse like this, what's eating them alive with the force of their own will, the flinching sweetness of that flesh inversion flickering like sky rises and settlement, bass solos, fettered bones, will have fastened to a new string in a new universe, incommunicable mouthing, salvation, riddles at the nobody left, which is how God invented the mouth to empower this music to quicken when it grows too satisfied to rot. Grief on its knees. Is it too much to ask that the dead stay dead? Yes, they said, we will not stay dead. Was it too much to refuse to be haunted already? I'm 17 years into you being dead already. Why not visit me in the graveyard? It was a place I just couldn't go. I didn't want to go there. Neither did we, they laughed. The impasse, this disaster, the way if you neglect an absence, you disappear. Okay. And then I'm going to read the last section, which this exhibition at the kitchen is based on, from my book Mafa, called A Paradise of Ruins, which is what it's called. It's that. But it's sort of my theory of Black music, which is that without ruin, we wouldn't have it as in the ways that we do. And so I kind of embrace all of the pathological stuff that people are offended by within it. And yeah. In the middle of my own demolition, oh wait, I should read the title. So, not that we beg to be stolen or still mistake a killer for a chaperone. In the middle of my own demolition, with the same thing making me smile, causing me to bleed out this massive massacre, building house of style and be still intoxicate me with your smile. See, every good thing dreams of poisoning itself into pleasure. Why did we ever pretend virtue exists, much less liberation, much less neatness, togetherness, momentum, and some misery? The heavens are in stitches, skip them, keep it. And your discount Adidas, the texture of stride piano, parasitic, I mean paradise, made up your style, will impale us when we fall. We'll land on programmable memories, gifts, memes, and jammed with the natural world to make skeletal unfurling, and we'll rest there in some terrible reunion we asked for and begged for and screamed for. When we reach it, it will be as reaching silence, speechless in the shelter of our gimmick filth as we watch it go by, go east, escape us, make us rich, make us speechless, give us locations, echolocution in a loop. You repent too much and pray like a beggar, pray like a dancer instead, becoming the element you're calling in and then rejecting it with silence, which is its own kind of motion, the self lassoed with swell, turning to sweat, shivering in the desert. That's how I remember it. That's not how I remember it. There you go again, even begging your memory to behave like a promise, even breaking that. There are things that we say for style and beat that we'll regret for real, about the girl with the firearm in the background. Do you think you can rule the world on a bluff? Be ominous with me for a moment. Be omniscient in the music with me, grieving the decency, this feeble decency, blockbuster slave movie. Trauma sells better than sex, but slavery sells best, and genocide is always organized, usually by the state. So my slaves eat Wheaties. Everything worthwhile is improvising. Molly Lovechild and Amelie Middleman got together and traded vêtements and genders, but Moesha's brother is still missing. Even the fictions are dysfunctional. So what do you mean, flesh of my flesh? It's too messy to love Eric Dolphy as his head splits open on the operating table and Uncle Charles falls out with the critics for pimping like his bitches begged him to sell me, know me, scooting hints, leaning into finitude for strings or soul dance, and he was great at it. He wept for the lady while slanging her. It was a dream, as in something you wake up from, muttering, girl, you look pretty, can you sing? Let's never get free, I love you, fuck you. Are we recording? Because the exasperated beauty of Pharaoh's sound is really none of your business. On this raft with a blunt in the eye of a hurricane, it's really none of your business. heaping on another dramatically brocaded velvet smoking jacket, yanking the shoulder pads out with my teeth, kiss me, make the sounds you make on brass in my mouth, crawl into the song when you leave and don't say which one, it's none of my business. But I'll be seeing you in that soft stunt of a roundness, curved and bound, imbricated, make it look like skin, aspirin, thin whimper, no more sinners here, a new force in the modern world. Lucky no one says you have to stumble into their ways and get ambushed. Black music is this music of forensics. All my dead friends visit me in song so that I travel to the center of myself and dig the last pain out with the shadow of their ghosting screams. How wickedly quaint of the dream to exist as a heap of sounds only love can unlock. But at the time of the massacre, no one could count the dead with any accuracy. We had to count their gestures. Neon letters flickering like bad eyes, ripped chattel of strategic music, dimming to slow the mouth around the idea of word or name, afraid of wombs and moody groomers. We used to call her Sweetheart, but she's still Sweetheart of the Blues. Why can't they go back, stop the massacre before it starts, befuddled at having features, things to eat and futures, things to cross over and fathers? I told you I don't trust father figures, distressed assets, why the gods are falling and are so full of rotted energizes them, rekindling our love of empire where everyone weird enough to be the savior would be taken to the market and sold with the sugar and gear. When you look at it this way, isolation is worthless and black song a straitjacket we all want to ride on behalf of daddy. Is this genocide? And if the song just stops in the belly of me and you are reborn, am I just reviving my own hunger for violent revenge and sound? The new moaners take a lighter approach. Their cries don't grind. They leverage, push clouds around, soft food, geomantic, as if survival is intrusive. Nobody screams, everybody's dead, and we head for the south and yesterday, while the cis in the language still pretend to be drums. Maybe it's time we devour one another, and this grandiose sharing could be the new commerce. The brainwave patterns of 40 subjects were coded with spoken words and silent thoughts of violent indoctrination. We placated to learn to read. What a boring patience, this one for freedom. Here's Jimmy Baldwin in his apron greasing a pan. Some headline intervenes in endlessly ringing earth revelations. I've been buked, and the other side of heartache is not ambition. Crimson gauze wrapped in God's suicide. Some genocide is God's suicide, adjacent and remote, a gory form of favoritism. Shot 44 times in the head, they announce readily. I will not dream only of security and safety, and he's never planning to be a minister in this version, just gestures of church and Greece. So duress, so wreckage, so woodshed bound and skeletal minstrel, so rope around the season skit when Moffat catch up with Season of the Witch. We made the calamity famous, endless. I'll stop there. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Harmony Holiday and Taylor Johnson. Join us next week for Richard Foreman and Francis Stark. Good night, everybody.
いつまでも老公にあれ。座して死を待つよりは潔く腹かっさばいて武士らしい最後を遂げたい。
These were known